Good day to you, interwebs, and welcome to L&E Auto. Wanted to share a little story today. I had gotten into the Toyota a couple of mornings ago after a huge rainstorm, and the check engine light was on as I was taking the little mini-me's to the bus stop for school. I was a little confused by this. We had just done a bunch of work to the car, replacing the ECU and the downstream O2 sensor to fix a couple of diagnostic codes that came up for those particular issues. We replaced those, and the car had been running fine for a couple of months. It's got 109,000 miles on it or so. But with that check engine light came on, after I dropped the kids off, I went for a little bit of a ride to see if I can get some of that to kind of clear up. And it didn't. It didn't go away right away. Now, I have access to a scanner, but it's at my father-in-law's house, and I was kind of in a spot where I was like, you know what? It might be time for me to kind of pony up and get my own scanner. And before I jump into this, I just want to say that this is not sponsored in any way. There's no paid promotion here. It's kind of more of like a first look review. So I've been hearing a lot about the Carly scanner that you can get, and I went online and took a look at their website and was kind of clicking around. And I looked at a couple of other ones too, but I've heard really good things about the Carly. They have the scanner, and you can get that scanner and then have like the free app, and it'll kind of show you some stuff. As I was clicking through though, it's super easy. Kind of put your car in. And you'll follow through the steps for the different things that they have available. So just two short questions, right? Where are you, United States, and what kind of car is it? It's Toyota. When you do this, you're able to kind of actually program and open up all of the features for your particular car. Now, you can see here there's two different subscriptions. You have the one where you buy and you just get the scanner, and it's the free app that's on your phone, iOS or Android. I wanted something simple where I didn't have some like big, huge module that I had to plug in and they cost thousands of dollars. That seemed rather affordable. I went for the premium package because, for a few dollars more, you're able to get all of the features unlocked for it. There's an extra like smart mechanic piece that you can add onto it as well that would give you access to kind of like the breakdown of what is happening with the code that you're getting. So that was something that was important to me as well in looking at that. And then you can even unlock even further features, which I did because we own three cars. We have the Honda Pilot, and we also have my 2020 Mustang GT. So I wanted something that I can kind of plug into everything, and you can pay a little bit more, and it's a yearly subscription, but you're able to have access to all of your vehicles. So I went ahead and I placed the order, and I had the scanner sent to me, and waited for about 2 weeks for it to arrive. It does come from Germany, so be prepared for that. It's kind of one of the things that it just took a little while to get to me. But here it is in the box, and they kind of give you this little quick start guide here, and they have some codes on there as well. I guess you can scan with your phone when you're doing it, but it's a super easy setup as far as this goes. It doesn't take much to kind of like figure this all out. Simple little box, Carly connected car, and you open it on up, and then there's your scanner inside. And it's this small little kind of like dongle that you can carry anywhere, like in your back pocket practically. And it's just the simplest little thing in the world. You download the app, you go plug this into your carport, and you start the app, and it'll start reading everything for you. So we'll take a look at it here outside of the box on the on my desk here. And just take a look at it. It's like really small, right? It's like the size of my hand. It fits in the palm of your hand, and my hand is much bigger than the scanner, but it has the OBD2 port that you'll find on all of the vehicles that are out there today. And it's one of those super simple little things. Like I said, put it in your back pocket and carry it with you. It's a nice little tool to have, especially if you're going to like look at a used car, or if you have like a code that pops up on your car. So there's the Carly. It's plugged right into the diagnostic port there, the OBD2 port, and you can see the light on. The red light means it's got power and it's connecting, and then the blue flashing light, or is it white now? It's blue. No, it's still blue. It looks white on the camera. Is the Bluetooth. It asks you to connect the Bluetooth on the phone, and it kind of does that. Super simple, super easy. You just kind of plug it in and pull up the app, and you punch in which car you're in, and boom, it picks it up and says connect, and you connect. The easiest thing I've ever seen with any of these scanners. There's no guesswork to it. Super user friendly. I mean, anybody can use this, even a novice who has no knowledge of like scanners or engine work, and like just to kind of get an idea of what's going on. And they have different levels of subscriptions too, so you don't have to get like the top level smart mechanic subscription, but you can kind of get an idea what's wrong with the car before you bring it in to get work done, right? And this could potentially save you a lot of money if a mechanic comes in and says, oh, you're going to need a whole new engine, and you're like, well, no, it kind of came up with just this code. kind of sounds like it might be something simple, right? To that effect. Anyway, just wanted to kind of show you that there. So as we jump into the app here, we can see that we have a code for P0456. It's the evaporative emission control system leak detected. We'll hop back into the beginning here where it kind of like shows you the car, Toyota Matrix, all of that stuff. It says vehicle issues, very bad. Apparently this leak is considered to be something that could be potentially a huge problem, but it could also be something smaller as well. And this is your kind of your main screen. It gives you a couple different options here. We have diagnostic, coding, and live data. So you hit on diagnostics, and that's kind of what's going to bring you out to looking and scanning the car for potential codes that you will find with running this here. And again, I guess it's super simple. I mean, you look at the screen, and it's very intuitive of what you have to do here to get stuff. The live data portion of it, I didn't really dive into it too much. I do plan on diving into it a little bit more and getting to know the scanner and the app and the features of it a lot better as we go along. I was kind of more concerned about the code. Like I said, I haven't been able to make it to my father-in-law, who was one of those fancy thousands of dollar scanners. And this was something that I just kind of needed to help me find out what was going on immediately. If it was something more serious, then I can kind of figure it out and go from there. As we scroll down, we could see other features here. There's like the repair guides. We have to scroll down. There we go. And repair guides, you have the service maintenance. You can kind of keep track of like when your next maintenance should be, 290 days. Engine live data, and then the used car mileage check, which comes in handy if you're buying used cars, especially from like a private part or even a dealership, right? Kind of plug it in and find out, make sure that there was no tampering with any of the mileage on the vehicle, which is kind of easy to do, even with the newer cars on the odometer, but you can always kind of fix that. You can always check that and go back and make sure. So we're going to take a look at our code here, which is, again, I said that P0456, and the DTC is the diagnostic code. And we're going to take a look at the smart mechanic feature on this, where we go and it tells us what's happening with it, what could be the issues, and what steps you should take to kind of fix all of that, right? Because again, if you're like a novice and you're not sure and you have to bring this to a mechanic, kind of get an idea of what's going on. This can be a lot simpler than you realize, and it might be something as simple as like the gas cap is loose, which was one of the issues here that I said it could have been. Like, what's the potential cause? What's causing this problem here for the car, or this code that's coming up? I will say that the code happened. I happened to go to town when I was driving the car to see if it would clear up. I did get gas. I closed I closed it up, drove back home. The next day, the code was gone, which was interestingly enough. But I was looking at it. It didn't go away until the next morning when I restarted the car. From here, you can check the causes of the faults, things that could be potentially causing the issues. It goes through like a bullet point checklist. We'll scroll here a little bit to see what else we can see. And we get the potential consequences, danger of vehicle fire, which was probably why it says very bad for that. Error regarding the exhaust emission valve, danger to fail the emission test, which is a problem if you have like emissions testing, or you need to go for like that annual, or sometimes I think it's biannual for some states. But the smart mechanic guide kind of tells you what to look for and where to go to check these things, right? If there's a warning light in the cockpit, it might be illuminated. Here we have the operation of the fuel evaporation system, kind of tells you what that does, what that particular feature of the car does, to get a better understanding of what you're looking for or trying to fix, right? Kind of makes it a little bit easier for you to track it down, especially again if you're a novice. You just want an understanding of it and you bring it to your mechanic. But if you know a little bit more, or you know enough to be dangerous like me, then it kind of helps you take a look into it, and maybe you can kind of go track down the actual problem with the vehicle, right? What's this code, and why is it there? Which is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to dive into what's happening here. We'll take a look at the code. We'll take a look at all the reasons on here, and we'll dive into the vehicle on the next video to see if we can find where the problem is or what's happening with it, and we can kind of figure out what we need to do to fix it, and we'll have a video showing us fixing it and whatnot on the next one. But I want to thank you guys for stopping by and checking this out. If you liked the video, please hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. Everybody right now will be new because there's as many subscribers as the new channel. But share it with your friends so we can help grow the channel and the community on here. And I'll see you guys in the next one.